Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to teach you how to start travel vlogging. This can be applied to other industries, not just travel vlogging, but I'm going to talk about my experience and how I think you should start travel vlogging. But obviously you take what you want from it, and yeah, it can be applied to vlogging in general or just creating YouTube videos if you're just starting out. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to run through my top tips now. So tip number one is to decide on your niche. There are obviously a lot of travel vloggers out there, and you basically just need to choose what you're going to focus on your channel and what's going to make you stand out from everyone else. Like, what's your point of difference? So although you won't have to stick to this, I think it's a good guide to base your videos around this subject or around this industry or around this place. Just to start with, to kind of define what your channel's about, what you do, and just so people know what they're coming to your channel for. So for me, I just stick to my passions, which are hiking, camping, fishing, basically anything outdoors, which for me is still a point of difference because, you know, I don't go vlogging in cities, and you know, maybe your passion is water sports, or maybe your passion is traveling cheaply, like backpacking around Asia. Like, just define what you like and what you're going to be filming, and just portray that to your viewers so they know what they're going to find when they come to your channel. Obviously you don't have to stick to it. You can film other things, which I do all the time. I love that I can just choose whatever I want and film whatever I want, but majority of my viewers are based on my niche around hiking, I would say, and travel in Victoria. The second thing you'll need to do is to choose your first video idea. Obviously for travel vlogging, you're going to be going somewhere most likely. So I would recommend choosing a destination you've already been to. Maybe you're doing a hike that you've already done. Maybe you're making a guide for a city that you've already been to. Doing something that you already know lots about, a place you've already been to, just gives you a leg up and goes to show that when you're vlogging in the video, you know what you're talking about and people can trust you and what you're saying. The third tip is to plan what you're going to do in the first video. So once you've chosen where you're going to go or what you're going to do, plan how you're actually going to film it, plan the places you're going to, plan the different scenes, like maybe you're going to film the intro here, the outro there, and then visit these 5 places in between. Like, actually make a plan. It's something that I never used to do, but I think it definitely shows in the video when you're not prepared and you haven't got a set plan. Obviously you don't need to plan like every single detail, and videos that are spontaneous and making decisions in the moment are great as well, and I love doing that. But at least having a starting point planned out, just so when you're in a video you don't look like you're winging it, and I don't know, just provides more structure and people just are more likely to trust you and that sort of thing. Even when it comes down to planning things you're going to be wearing, plan the props you're going to take with you, just being more prepared is going to end up making your video better ultimately, and yeah, will help make your video the best quality it can be. The next step obviously is to film your video. Now this can be quite daunting, especially at the start. I remember I was very scared to talk to the camera when I first started. I kept laughing, and then I kept worrying about like what other people would think when I publish it. What do I look like how do I sound, and you just end up worrying about all these things which in the end don't matter and no one cares. So you just need to do it. I know it can be scary, but you just need to trust that over time you'll get more confident, it becomes a lot easier, you get used to it, and you stop worrying about what other people think, which is great. When you are filming your first video, there are a few things to consider. Number one is probably lighting. Just make sure that everything is well lit up. I prefer personally natural lighting, but even if you are indoors, just make sure there is sufficient lighting and it doesn't make the video look bad, or you've got huge shadows over your face or anything like that. Number two, probably make sure you're speaking clearly. A lot of people can mumble or talk too fast. I know I can sometimes do that, but just make sure you're speaking clearly in terminology that people know and just getting your point across easily. Also consider your shot, so consider your frame. What's in the background behind you, things you're cutting off, maybe you're accidentally cutting off the top of your head. Like, just be mindful of what's actually in the frame and what people are going to see in other areas of your video. And also just make sure you bring your own personality to the video. Try and bring a lot of confidence, and yeah, just bring out traits of your personality that people are going to like and connect to, and just make it yours. The next step is to edit your footage. This can take a bit of time to get used to learn the skills, to learn the techniques and all the different tools online that you can use to do this. Personally, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. You do have to pay for that one, but there are free versions of other video editing software that you can use online. Just have to do a Google search and see which ones are available. But if you are looking at paying for one, Premiere Pro I definitely recommend. As with anything, it's going to take a while to get used to, but use things like YouTube to search tutorials and, you know, basic editing skills, and just there's a lot of free resources that you can use to teach yourself how to edit videos, and then obviously just continue developing that skill. So even once you know how to do it eventually, keep learning new editing tricks and techniques to always continue improving your video. You will need to consider things like an intro. Do you want an intro on the start of all your videos? Do you want an outro? Do you want your logo in there somewhere? Do you want text in the video? There are a lot of elements to consider. Even audio, if you're looking at putting music onto your video, you need to make sure that it's copyright free. Personally, I use Epidemic Sound and I love it. I'll leave a link in the description below because would highly recommend. And that way you know that your video is not going to get flagged for any copyright issues or anything like that, which YouTube are very strict on. YouTube do have a music library, I believe, which is free, which you can get copyright music from, but obviously it's a lot smaller to choose from in comparison to, say, Epidemic Sound. So yeah, consider all those things and yeah, just start editing and see where you get to. The next step obviously is to create your actual YouTube channel and upload your video once you're done editing. So you're obviously going to need to think of a name for your channel. Try and think of one that is obviously based around what you do. So if it's travel, make sure somewhere in the name, I personally think it's good to have something that relates to that industry so that when people see your channel name, they get a hint of what it actually is. If it is just your name, which you can do and a lot of people do and are successful, it just means that the person would have to click onto that channel to actually see what their channel is about and what sort of videos they post. Whereas if it's in the name, people can get a general idea before they even go onto your channel, which I personally think is a good idea. Mine is obviously Adventures of Caitlin, and although it doesn't say that much, just having adventures there I think gives people a hint of the fact that it is going to be about adventure or travel or anything like that. I'm not going to go into detail of how to actually make the channel and upload the video. You can definitely just search YouTube and watch other tutorials on step-by-step of how to do this. Once you've done the first one, it's definitely a lot easier to do the following ones and once it's already set up. There are things that you'll need to look at, like your profile picture, whether you want that to be a logo. On your channel you'll have like a banner at the top, so you might want to make an image for that using Canva or something, which is another great platform, which I'll link below as well, because I use that to make all my thumbnails, banners, logos. It's basically like a free graphic design website, which I would highly recommend. But yeah, there are lots of things to think of, and even just adding like tags to your YouTube channel, which help you kind of get found. And yeah, just working out how the YouTube algorithm works and what's going to make your video more successful. And my last tip is to stop caring what other people think. And I know I've mentioned this before and in my last video, but it's just such an important one, and I know it's easier said than done. But you just have to try and just trust in the process and just keep going, and eventually you just won't care. I know I struggled with this a lot at the start as well, but you just have to keep doing it and you'll eventually get better. I honestly don't care now anymore, like in a positive way I do, for the people that do care about what I do, but about people who have negative opinions and going to put you down and that sort of thing, or judge you, why would you care about what those sort of people think about you anyway? Honestly, it's just do whatever you want, do whatever you're passionate about, and don't worry about anyone else. And if you do, you're probably never going to start, you're probably never going to get anywhere. So if you just start and just don't even think about it, it's the best thing you can do. As I said before, if you wait till everything's perfect and wait till you're 100% ready, you've already missed out on however long that you could have been uploading videos, and you could be so much further ahead if you had just started at the beginning when you had the first idea. But yeah, I just wanted to stress that because a lot of people I know are too scared to kind of start a YouTube channel for that reason, and it's absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, just go ahead and do it. I hope this has helped teach you how to start travel vlogging. There is a lot to it, but honestly it gets so much easier with time, and if you just start, you'll get better 100%. Everyone says like the first 100 videos are usually crap. I can definitely agree with most of that. Like my videos at the start, even last year, were crap. And I've improved so much, and I really hope that I do continue to improve over time. And although the market is very saturated and there are a lot of travel vloggers, it's never too late to start, and you always got something unique and different to bring to the table. So don't let that worry you, just start. And I think it's important that all travel vloggers, respect and acknowledge and encourage all other ones. It's not a competition, we can all do it and we can all support each other. So happy travel vlogging, and let me know if this helped, because I love creating these sort of videos to help you guys out. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!